رسوله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Allah reminds us in Surah Al-Isra, إِنْ أَحْسَنْتُمْ أَحْسَنْتُمْ لِأَنفُسِكُمْ وَإِنْ أَسَأْتُمْ فَلَهَا. Allah is reminding us that if we do good, then ultimately we're the main beneficiaries. And if we do other than that, then we have to deal with the consequences. So if we do good, ultimately it comes back around to us, and if we do bad, ultimately it comes back around to us as well. Allah also tells us in Surah Fussilat, مَنْ عَمِلَ صَالِحًا فَلِنَفْسِهِ وَمَنْ أَسَاءَ فَعَلَيْهَا وَمَا رَبُّكَ بِظَلَّامٍ لِلْعَبِيدِ. The same type of concept, that if we do good, then that reward is hopefully there for us. But if we do bad, then we have to deal with the consequences. Then Allah says, and He does not oppress any of His servants. So if somebody ends up in a bad situation in the hereafter, ultimately it's because of their own doing, rather because of their own wrongdoing. They put themselves in that situation. So Allah is saying, don't blame me. Come that day, if someone ends up in difficult circumstances, and we ask Allah to protect all of us from that, then Allah is telling us clearly now to avoid that type of situation, because if somebody ends up in that situation, then who is there to blame other than themselves? And again, we ask Allah to protect us from that type of dynamic, that type of situation. Ameen Rabbil Alameen. In regards to Surah Al-Dhariyat, Allah tells us, فَفِرُّوا إِلَى اللَّهِ, to flee to Allah, to go quickly to Allah, to move at a breakneck pace, to run towards Allah as quickly as we possibly can. This applies in general, especially in Ramadan, especially in the last 10 days, especially in the nighttime, especially the odd nights. So there are different pockets of time that we want to try our best to move a little bit faster than usual. Look at the terminology when it comes to the dunya. Allah says, فَامْشُوا فِي مَنَاكِبِهَا وَكُلُوا مِنْ رِزْقِهِ وَإِلَيْهِ النُّشُورِ. Regarding making a living, regarding the needs of the dunya, which they're there, those needs are definitely there. Allah says, walk, earn your sustenance and do your part, do what you have to do. وَلَا تَنْسَ نَصِيبَكَ مِنَ الدُّنْيَا. Allah says, don't forget what you have to handle, what you have to take care of regarding your dunya. وَأَحْسِنْ كَمَا أَحْسَنَ اللَّهُ إِلَيْكَ. But even then, go about your dunya with ihsan. Also go about with preparing for your akhirah with ihsan, with excellence, with beauty, to really try our best, to put our best foot forward. So to summarize, if we do good in these remaining few days and nights, ultimately, in reality, even if we give sadaqah and we're helping others financially, in reality, we're getting more than they are, because we're benefiting spiritually. They may get food and drink and nourishment, which is absolutely needed, but we're getting spiritual nourishment. We're getting something that's far more important to us. So that's the attitude that we should have when giving zakah, when giving sadaqah. As much as the other person or the other people, they need that physical support, we're in more need, we're in more dire need of the spiritual support as a result of those positive actions connected with good intention. So if we do good, ultimately it comes back around. If we do other than that, then we have to face the consequences. And one of the keys is tawbah. What is the dua? Imagine, Laylatul Qadr, better than an entire lifetime. This is the meaning basically. Allah doesn't say it's equal to 1,000 months. Allah says it's better than 1,000 months, and the number 1,000 can be literal. It can also be figurative, meaning like just more than you can imagine. خَيْرٌ مِنْ أَلْفِ شَهْرٍ. It's better than an entire lifetime. And if it happens to be that night, what's the specific dua the Prophet taught us, ﷺ, to ask for forgiveness, to ask for forgiveness, to ask for forgiveness. فَفِرُّوا إِلَى اللَّهِ. فَفِرُّوا إِلَى اللَّهِ. Our dunya and akhirah directly connects with us asking Allah for forgiveness over and over and over. فَقُلْتُ اسْتَغْفِرُوا رَبَّكُمْ إِنَّهُ كَانَ غَفَّارًا يُرْسِلِ السَّمَاءَ عَلَيْكُمْ مِدْرَارًا وَيُمْدِدْكُمْ بِأَمْوَالٍ وَبَنِينَ وَيَجْعَلْ لَكُمْ جَنَّاتٍ وَيَجْعَلْ لَكُمْ أَنْهَارًا. Prophet Nuh told his people, if you make istighfar, then Allah will give you wealth and children and gardens and rivers. Allah will take care of you in this life and the next. That concept applies to us as well. We ask Allah to forgive us. Allah is the most forgiving and He loves to forgive. We ask Allah to forgive each and every one of us. Ameen Rabbil Alameen wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillah.